Hi, I'm Meg from Tokyo. In this video, I will share with you the top 10 new money rules in Japan. Japan has introduced new banknotes and coins in recent years. In addition, there are some important things to know about using credit cards and the new tax-free system. Here's what you should know before your trip. We also offer private tours in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, so feel free to contact us through the link below. Alright, then let's go! Number 1. Tax-Exempt System. Japan has a tax-free system where foreign tourists are exempt from the standard 10% consumption tax on purchases of 5,000 yen or more at participating stores. Until recently, shopping tax-free was simple. You just showed your passport at the counter and paid the tax-free price on the spot. However, a growing problem with people abusing the system, specifically by reselling tax-free goods within Japan, has forced a change. This meant that items intended for export were remaining in the country illegally. Because of this, new rules will take effect on November 1st, 2026. From that date, you will first pay the full price, including tax at the time of purchase. Then, after confirming at the airport or other designated locations that you are actually taking the items out of Japan, your tax will be refunded. In short, you used to get the discount upfront, but now you will pay the tax first and get it back upon departure. There are a few other minor changes to the tax exemption system I've covered in a separate video. Number 2. Sales tax rates vary by item. Consumption tax is a tax levied on the purchase of goods and services. In Japan, it was first introduced at a rate of 3% in 1989 and was eventually raised to 10% in October 2019. While Japan's consumption tax is generally 10%, that rate doesn't apply to everything. A reduced rate of 8% is applied to specific items such as food, soft drinks, and subscription newspapers. However, this excludes alcoholic beverages and meals eaten at restaurants. This means that even for the exact same food item, the tax can change depending on where you eat it. It's 8% for takeout but 10% for dining in. It is definitely helpful to keep this difference in mind when you're visiting restaurants or cafes during your travels. Number 3. Note about the new currency. New 500 yen coins were issued in 2021 and new banknotes began circulating in July 2024. However, please rest assured that you can still use old banknotes and coins as usual. One thing to watch out for is vending machines and ticket machines. While there are rarely any issues when paying directly at stores, some machines may not yet accept the new 500 yen coins or banknotes. As a result, your money may be returned. In such cases, try using a different coin or bill or ask a staff member for assistance. The new banknotes have different designs and colors, making them relatively easy to recognize at a glance. On the other hand, the new 500 yen coin may be a bit harder to distinguish. One distinguishing feature is that the words Japan and 500 yen are inscribed along the edge, and the appearance changes depending on the angle you view it from. Also, there may be notices near machines indicating which coins and bills are accepted, so please check those as well. Number 4. Shrines and money. Have any of you who have visited Japan been to Meiji Shrine, Fushimi Inari Taisha, Sensoji Temple, or Kiyomizu-dera Temple? In Japan, it is customary to make an offering when visiting shrines and temples. An offering is money given during a visit to express gratitude to the gods or Buddhas, or to make a wish. There is no set amount for an offering, but some people in Japan pay attention to the wordplay associated with the amount. For example, the 5 yen coin is often chosen because it sounds like goen, which can mean good fortune or a good connection. Also, since the 5 yen coin has a hole in it, some people believe it symbolizes being able to see into the future. On the other hand, some people avoid the 10 yen coin because it can be associated with the phrase tauen, which sounds like distant connection. However, this is simply a form of wordplay and is by no means a strict rule. When visiting shrines or temples, knowing about these uniquely Japanese ways of thinking may make your experience even more interesting. Number 5. Unacceptable credit card. Credit cards are one of the most widely used payment methods in Japan. At major chain stores and department stores, you can usually use any of the big four: Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Diners Club. However, it is a bit different at smaller independent shops. While Visa and MasterCard are commonly accepted, American Express and Diners Club are sometimes not supported. Also, keep in mind that there are still plenty of shops in Japan that accept cash only, so it is always a good idea to have some yen on hand just in case.
If you plan to use a credit card during your trip, having a Visa or MasterCard will definitely give you the greatest peace of mind.
Number 6. Extra coins. When shopping or dining in Japan, you may find yourself with leftover coins before you know it. While it's nice to take them home as souvenirs, I also recommend using them up while you're still in Japan. Convenience stores are perfect for this. You can easily use your coins to buy snacks, drinks, and other items. Also, if you're looking for a quintessentially Japanese experience, gachapon machines are highly recommended. Many of them offer fun for just a few hundred yen with a wide variety of items available, including miniature goods and anime collaboration items.
If you want to use up your leftover coins, try visiting a convenience store or using a gachapon machine.
Number 7. Lunch versus dinner. In Japan, even high-end restaurants often offer relatively affordable lunch menus. Overall, since many restaurants offer lunch at lower prices, there are plenty of places that are more accessible for lunch than for dinner. For example, Matsusaka Beef Yoshida in Hatsudai near the Shinjuku area is considered high-end for dinner but offers a more affordable menu at lunchtime. It's also known for its panoramic daytime views of Tokyo from the 53rd floor of Tokyo Opera City, about 200 meters above ground. It's a popular spot where lines can sometimes form as early as the morning, though this may be a bit of a special case. That said, at many restaurants, lunch prices are generally lower than dinner prices. If you're looking to save money, a tip from a local is to visit during lunchtime rather than dinner.
However, lunch menus may offer fewer items than dinner menus, or they may be designed to give you a casual taste of what the restaurant has to offer.
Number 8. Restaurant scams. In urban areas, it has become common to see foreign tourists almost everywhere these days. However, disputes over charges sometimes occur at restaurants and izakayas. In the past, so-called rip-off izakayas made headlines for adding unexpected costs like seat fees, late-night surcharges, or even charges for ice to the bill. While things aren't always that extreme today, many travelers are still confused by pricing systems that are difficult to understand. You should pay particular attention to Japan's unique otoshi, which is a small mandatory appetizer, and general cover charges. While otoshi is a standard part of Japanese food culture, it can be surprising for travelers to find these additional fees on their bill at the end of the night.
Additionally, at places where service charges or cover charges are relatively high, the final total may feel much higher than expected. To avoid any surprises, it's a good idea to ask the staff before you order whether there's an otoshi or a cover charge and exactly how much it will cost.
Number 9. Cab scams. In Japan, you generally don't need to worry about taxi meter tampering, which is a common concern in many other countries. However, it is true that in rare cases, a driver might take a detour, resulting in a higher fare. In major cities like Tokyo and Osaka, things like traffic restrictions, one-way streets, and no entry zones can sometimes make a longer route necessary. Because of this, it can be hard to tell if a driver is taking a detour on purpose or simply following the most efficient path. Even I have occasionally felt that a route was a bit longer than it needed to be. That said, most taxi drivers in Japan do not do this intentionally. Still, it's reassuring to be aware that the possibility exists. It's also worth noting that in tourist destinations like Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, the trains and buses are incredibly convenient. Unless you're traveling late at night or in a large group, you likely won't need to use a taxi very often.
I covered other scams in a previous video, so be sure to check it out.
Number 10. Where to withdraw cash. Although the number of places in Japan that accept credit cards is increasing, there are still restaurants, including some in Tokyo, that only accept cash. For this reason, it's a good idea to carry some Japanese yen in cash. There are two main ways to get Japanese yen: withdrawing cash from an ATM at the airport or exchanging currency at a bank. While fees and exchange rates vary, ATMs are often more convenient for travelers. 7 bank ATMs are especially convenient. They often allow you to withdraw Japanese yen using overseas issued cards and are widely available not only at airports but also at 7-Eleven stores throughout the city. On the other hand, while bank counters offer the reassurance of in-person assistance, their hours may be limited.
Therefore, it's recommended to carry only the amount of cash you need and withdraw more from ATMs in town if necessary. Having both a credit card and cash on hand will allow you to travel with greater peace of mind. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next video.